Welcome to Ouch. Was that a ghost? This podcast may contain graphic material, which some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Help me.
Now that we covered that, here's your host, Liss.
Welcome back to Ouch, Was That a Ghost? Today I have back again, I'm sure you guys can just guess it, I probably don't even have to say her name, Natasha.
You can call me Nathan.
So today we're going to be doing listener stories, and I figured it would be a lot more fun if Natty comes over. See, I said Natty instead of Natasha.
That's why I talk about the time. I'm like, I'm just Natty, whatever. Call me anything but late for supper. I'm not from the Midwest.
Right. I was watching something the other day, and it said, what was it saying? Something in the creek don't rise.
Oh, damn it.
God willing or the creek don't rise or something like that.
Yeah, God willing or the creek don't rise.
That made me think of you when I heard
that. I actually lived in a place in the middle of nowhere, and if it rained a lot and it flooded in the creek, not the creek. The creek, it would flood the bridge and I couldn't get out of my house.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so literally, God willing and the creek don't rise was no joke.
Mm-mm.
All right. Listener stories. I know I have 3 that I have not read. We're cold reading today, right?
Yes.
Prize for everybody. Well, not for some of you guys because you're the ones who sent them in. Yeah. I got to think of some names too, don't I?
Yeah, some of them. I had a list of who said, yes, I can use your name, and I lost it. So now I'm just going to make up every person's name, as are you. So you just have to.
And these are all just first name. I could just come up with something close so you'll know who it is. I mean, you'll recognize your story, but
yeah,
I'm pretty good at coming up with weird shit. My ADHD meds are out of my system right now. Oh, and I just took all my nighttime meds.
Great. So you're going to be falling asleep on this. Yeah, let's just jump right into stories, okay? I'll go this one first, and then you do one. We'll flip-flop, because you have a coffee and I don't.
Okay.
A little bit jealous.
Yes. This is my third cup. Right.
This story is from Josh. He said, yo, so basically this dog is fucking nuts. We picked this thing up.
I love it already.
From an Indian reservation because it was homeless, living on someone's porch like an absolute bum. Anyway, we get her home, and she's weird as shit. She's all skittish and has this 1,000-yard stare or whatever with these bright blue eyes. That sounds like a beautiful dog.
It does.
She won't let me pet her most of the time. She freezes when I look at her, and she follows me when I turn, like the ghost in Bowser's Castle. Love it. Mario throwback. She's also extremely intelligent for a dog and learns every trick within a day. She also snores like a grown man with sleep apnea. Pretty sure this chick is a skinwalker that just never gives us any sure signs so she can keep being a bum and enjoying the free food and rent. Her name is Luna.
Oh, I love that name too. That is awesome.
And he sent a picture. Thank you, Josh. I love it, and I hope that it's not a skinwalker.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be more nefarious if it was a skinwalker, or up to no good, or have some kind of thing. It wouldn't just be a bum on the porch. It sounds like a really smart dog. Oh, it is a pretty dog. Oh, look at those little sad eyes.
What does he have? A little popsicle in the picture? It looks almost like. Do you remember that candy, the rock candy on the stick you got when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, that is what it looks like. Or maybe it's part of another toy that had already chewed up. So I was checking on mine. He's over here. He's a little pup. He's a little pain in the ass is what he is.
Well, thank you, Josh. I love that story. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. That was awesome. All right, so this is Shenanigans Ouija story. I'm changing their names into something similar. Remember, I told you I was going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when I was 10 years old in the 1980s, my father became obsessed with renovating our house. Oh, already a bad mojo.
Yep.
Our house had 3 bedrooms, a dining area, a mud room, and a dirty basement that our dogs, got a dog theme going, never dared to go into. One day, my father decided to rip out the cabinets in the kitchen, and holy shit, it just felt like something just like rubbed my arm. Okay. That was weird. Okay, sorry. Rip out the cabinets in the kitchen and the connecting wall in the master bedroom. To our surprise, we found a devil mask. What? Made of latex. Oh, it's getting worse too, Melissa.
It could go demonic or kinky.
Okay. We found a devil mask made of latex and a Ouija board without a planchette hidden inside the wall. We were all freaked out by how odd that was, so my father immediately tossed it away. However, it showed up again in the mudroom when we started rebuilding it. That's when my father had a priest come and get rid of it and bless the house. Despite the blessings, I felt the house was still haunted, especially the dirt basement. It was always cold down there, and I could sense a strange presence that made me feel uneasy. That is wrong.
I don't know why it's so much scarier without the planchette. Like, there's no goodbye, there's no getting rid of it, there's no closing it out. It just makes it so much worse.
I think that the latex demon mask or devil mask, I mean, was this like some kink fetish or something? Oh my gosh, what if it was like one of those where they did the sex rituals that like Alistair Crowley did? What if it was like some weird like BDSM fetish mixed with a Ouija?
That's horrible. And I can't believe it showed back up.
And
When you first said it, I thought it was like the dad playing a trick.
Yeah.
Like messing with the kids. But if the dad was freaked out and brought a priest in, I don't think that was the case. That's scary.
That is so scary. Yeah. One latex mask. I can't even imagine. And then what would you be doing with a mask and a Ouija board? Is it like invite the demon, look like a demon so you don't scare it off? I mean, what was the purpose in that?
That's horrible. That sounds like a Halloween night that went very, very, very wrong. And they tried to seal it up in the wall. Why else would it be in the wall?
I don't know. But at least they didn't burn it, because that's like the worst thing you could do.
I'd still want to do that.
I know. Don't ever burn a Ouija board. I mean, think about it.
You'd want to, though, wouldn't you? Well, I would.
Whatever you summon is attached to that Ouija board. So if you burn that Ouija board, in my opinion, you're burning the only thing that ties it to anything. So now it's a free demon.
I don't want any demons.
Freelance demonology. It's like, excuse me, like over here and haunt your ass. Like equal opportunity spook. That gives me the willies, man. And my willies don't lie. So my question would be for this particular shenanigans here. Now they did say they felt it was still haunted, and there was like cold in the basement, which most basements are cold, especially if you're dirt. You're getting that underground. That's why people used to store their milk and shit underground to keep it cool. So that part doesn't necessarily surprise me. The strange, uneasy feeling, that is kind of concerning. But my question would be, did anything else happen aside from an uneasy feeling? Did anything physically happen post Ouija board exorcism? And what did the priest do with the Ouija board?
And what happened with the mask? I hope nobody put it near their face. That sounds like the mask would like the movie The Mask, it like sucks on like a Loki mask.
Oh, what if it was? What is this like voodoo shit, man?
No.
Because I want to see here. Let's see here. Priest. I just want to see if it says came and get rid of it and bless. Okay, so the priest took it somewhere and did something with it. We don't know what he did with it, but something. I'd be wanting to know, where did that Ouija board go?
Far, far away from everybody, hopefully. Well, I hope you guys are all okay. And I hope the priest is okay.
Oh, man, that was bad. Okay, you're up.
Okay. All right. So this is Igloo's listener story. Igloo says, when I was 5, my 3 brothers and my sister were messing with a Ouija board, and my sister asked how she was going to die, and it said murder, drowning, and she did die that way about 10 years later. My older brother asked the same thing, and it said bike, and he died in a motorcycle accident 15 years later.
I just got cold chills.
And got rid of his bike? Oh, he almost died in a motorcycle accident 15 years later, and then he got rid of his bike. That is pretty spooky.
That is super crazy. Now, I don't do no Ouija board stuff. I've not had any dreams about my death, personally, my personal death. Actually, I do have some where it's a lot of times if I die in a dream and it's not like a premonition, I do drown. I drown a lot. It usually has something to do with water. So I'm absolutely paranoid. I hate driving over bridges, even if it's just like a creek that's like 3 inches, or 3 feet deep. I'm petrified. Like I have in my car and on my keychain at all times one of those things that busts the window and cuts the seatbelt. I had this one really vivid one. It was me and my son, and I've had two where we were in a car and we flip or something happens, and like we're drowning and I can't get hit. I either can't get him out or I could just get him out and then I drown because I'm stuck in the seatbelt or something. So yes, but that is so crazy that it got one. It's 1 for 2. The other one was close call.
But it's like Final Destination. Like, can you cheat death? Yeah, that's freaky.
That's a good question. Now, I did know a lady. She was an avid, like very athletic. She did a lot of those, what do they call them? Triathlons.
Yeah.
And she was riding her bicycle like she did every day, just riding her bicycle, and a box truck didn't see her. And I don't know if she just didn't see it or whatever, and it couldn't stop, and it smoked her and killed her. She was just riding her little bicycle.
What a terrible way to go.
So stay off bicycles as well. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a motorcycle.
Okay.
Just listener's brother. Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
So this one is going to be chrysalis.
Chrysalis? Okay.
Isn't that what they call the little chrysalis, the little cocoon before it turns into a butterfly? A chrysalis?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, look at me in my science class. Hi, Miss, what was her name? Anyway, Miss So-and-so that taught me my stuff in 6th grade. All right, so it says, when I was 20, my friend and my cousin and I were rooming together, and a friend of ours gave us a Ouija board to, quote unquote, have fun with. Oh, nope. We were kind of obsessed with the paranormal and anything ghostly. We played with it several times, always the same. We asked its name. Its answer was Toye? Toye?
Toya?
And we asked its age, and it always answered infinity.
Yuck.
Yeah. We asked it what our future held, and it said 3X, which I guess is 3 times, over and over. 2 days later, my friend was driving us down the road. We hit a van that came from a blind spot driveway, and our car flipped end over end 3 times. Oh, and we landed upright in a ditch. No one was seriously injured, but we were all hurt. The sunroof pulled half of my friend's hair out from the roots. She had glass in her scalp and still does today, 25 years later. I've told people never to use them, and especially I have teen sons now, and I have forbidden them from using one.
Good call.
We threw it off a bridge into a Clinch River. I don't know what a Clinch River is. Maybe it's uptight. I don't know. And the next morning, our friend called who had given it to us and asked why we put it on his porch.
Oh my gosh, no.
It says that was it. We're freaked out bad after that, and we all will never forget it. Turns out the guy who gave it to us was actually practicing satanic worship. He didn't know that until it was too late. One time, my cousin was in the bedroom talking to a man. This is before the accident. We heard him talking and decided to rush in and scare them. We opened the door, and it was just her alone in the room talking to the board. We were absolutely freaked out, and my friend and I both clearly heard a man talking with my cousin. Nope, only her and the board. True story. Oh, it's like vanishing and reappearing Ouija boards. Like they threw it into a river, and it's on the doorstep. Now, my question would be, are we 100% certain that that was the same Ouija board?
Yeah, I wonder if he knew that they threw it over and just said that to mess with him.
Yeah, or like, did they mark it? Did they see it again? What if it was just like, Hasbro or whatever toy company makes these things, which is ridiculous. Don't even get me started on that.
What are the odds that this guy would just have a Ouija board on his front steps the next
But what I'm
day?
saying is what if, because he just says it was on the front step. What if he got like a generic plain Jane Ouija board, gave it to them, he found out again, they threw it over the edge. What if he just bought another one?
That is the cruelest prank to ever play on Friends.
That would be awful. But the talking to the man and you walk in and it's just your female cousin and a Ouija board and you're hearing a man talking.
No. That's when you cut off that family member.
Exactly. So, well, my thing too is they heard a man talking from outside the room. Did the cousin hear the voice in the room with her? Or was it maybe one of them was like clairvoyant and the other, or clairaudience or whatever, and the other one wasn't? What if she was just in the board trying to use the board to talk, but she didn't hear it, but somebody on the outside, they heard it because...
Yeah, well, they said she was in there talking to the board, so... Oh, you're saying you don't know if she heard it as well or just them outside? That would be freakier.
Was she just asking the questions and the board was answering and she was talking to it as it answered? Or was she actually hearing the voice as well?
Either way, that's horrible.
But if it gave you the real name, you have ammunition and you've got a weapon. A lot of the power is yours once you know the name, according to all of the scary movies that involve an old priest and a young priest.
We still don't know how to pronounce it, but they have
It's obviously an old name from Infinity.
Juniper's story. Juniper said
like the tree.
Yes.
Or plant or whatever.
We played one time Ouija board when I was in middle school. Their name was Jar. Asked if he was real to make so the person that they were speaking to was named Jar. And when they asked if he was real, then he should make the dog bark. Nothing happened. And then my dad drove up to pick me up and the dog barked. Went to get the door, came back up to get my bags, and the picture on the walls were on the floor. Never played again.
Okay, well, I mean, if dad pulls up, the dog's probably going to bark. And I'm not trying to discredit anybody's story. I'm just, from my perspective, if somebody pulls up into my driveway, my dogs bark.
Now, if the pictures were upside down...
Now, the pictures being on the floor is one thing. So how many pictures are we talking? What were they setting on? Because, like, did the dog was the dog roaming free? Did the dog bump into something? How is that? That's important to me. Like you said, if they're face down or anything like that, that would, like, add to the spook factor. But yeah, I still wouldn't mess with that either. Question. What did you do with the Ouija board? She just said I never played with it again. She didn't say what she did with it.
Well, it was at their friend's house, so hopefully it just wasn't theirs and it stayed at the friend's house and hopefully nothing followed her home.
Nope. Don't play with Ouija boards. All right, this one is a long one. I will do my best. I know I'm not really good at reading out loud. I apologize. So we are going to say Valentine story.
Okay.
It says, I lived in an active haunted house for several years. Same. I was 3 or 4 years old when we moved into a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom shotgun house in New Orleans. Oh, this is already something it's gearing up. I love that house, the backyard and under the house, but it wouldn't be long before scary and weird things would start to happen. It all began one night when my parents, sisters, and I had gone to bed. Ooh, okay. My older sisters and I shared a bedroom while our oldest sister had her own room, which was quote unquote the room closest to the kitchen. Oh, come on, man. I want that room. I got to get the midnight snack in. Everything was quiet. That quiet you could hear your hair grow. Oh, well, that silence and sleep came to an abrupt end when the sound of silverware and dishes could be heard crashing into the kitchen sink. We were all startled from our sleep. Our dad came running into our room and motioned to us to go to the bedroom with our mom. Oh, shit's getting real. Like, dad's like, doing the signals, like SWAT team. Like, you guys go. Like, something's in here. Like, so it's shit's getting real. It wasn't long before our sister joined us. Our mom got up and we were on her heels going to the kitchen and there was nothing. They just go to the kitchen anyway. Go to your mom and they all come to the kitchen. It's like,
again, midnight snacks.
Baffled, we looked at each other, completely confused. Fast forward 10 years into the house. The thrown silverware had become a nightly thing. Oh, Lord. It was like clockwork. Every morning between 2 and 4 a.m.
Oh, my gosh.
Cling-a-ling. Crash. There were moving objects, items floating in the air, disembodied touches, imprints of someone or something sitting on the bed, and sightings of shadows and ghosts from the other room, or from another time. Sorry. My mother had enough. After speaking with the older brothers, my uncles, she fashioned a Ouija board from a piece of cardboard and a solid gold chain to be used as a hovering planchette. What?
As it hovers? It actually hovers.
So, like, almost like you're scrying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you're scrying.
I thought you meant like she just placed it over it and the thing was hovering. No. And I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, hell no, in that case. Is that she started with the usual questions: who, what, where, and why. After all was said and done, she was given a name. I hate even saying or writing it, which is Quentin. It was dominant, angry, and physically threatening. My mom made things 150% worse. It was her idiot brothers who escalated things with their rendition of a blessing that ended with a drawing of a cross on the board that covered an inoperable fireplace. Oh my gosh, that was it. 1000% chaos. It was pissed and it didn't mind letting us know because later that night, no one slept. The little act resulted in loud lumps and bumps, crashing dishes, and books flying from the shelves. I'm now 57 years old and I remember it like it was yesterday. My oldest brother and I were driving and realized that we were not far from the house, so we decided to drive by. There were two gentlemen standing in front. They noticed us slowing down and looking. I rolled the window down and my sister shared that we lived there, that we lived there. The man asked, did we experience anything paranormal in the house? We looked at each other and said yes in unison. He followed with, quote, my dad bought this property and there's definitely something in this house, end quote. I told my sister it's time to go. We smiled and said thank you and drove off, but not before doing the sign of the cross. It's like, peace, bitches. Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Audi 5000. Like that is awesome.
That's awesome that nothing seemed to follow them, that it stayed in the house.
Yeah, it all seemed like it was tied to the house. The Ouija board was not the cause of what was happening. It was just a method attempting to figure out what was going on.
A failed attempt.
But I wanted to read this one part again because this one, I feel like it was worded a little weird. 150% worse. Her idiot brothers who escalated things with their rendition of a blessing that ended with the drawing of a cross on the board that covered an inoperable fireplace. That's what I don't get.
So probably just a fireplace in the home, and they tried to draw a cross, and it probably just pissed it off instead of cleansing anything, actually.
Yeah, because it's a drawing of a cross on the board that covered an inoperable fireplace.
So how I took it was that they took that Ouija board that she drew on the cardboard, and then they drew a cross on it and plopped it in front of like a fireplace that maybe the flue doesn't work or whatever, and it's just sitting there being unused.
Yeah, nope. I would like to point out I have never read anything that fluidly on the fly, so usually it's a lot choppier than that.
That's an insane story, though. The same time, around 3 o'clock, the time where I'll hold it if I have to pee in bed until it's 3:30.
Mine is between 2:30 and 4 as well. A lot of the stuff that I have, well, I mean, mine happens like all the time, but the things that are more prevalent. So my thing would have been, they should have set up cameras. I wish they would have set up cameras.
You said she's 57, so I don't know what kind of home cameras they had back then.
Yeah, she was only 3 or 4. Wait, this is a different one. No, she was right, 3 or 4 years old. So yeah, this is 50-something. That would have been, I'd probably have 4 cameras.
Think of the technology back then. They'd have Polaroid pictures. Like Beetlejuice, like Lydia, trying to take the pictures.
The floating sheets.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just, the things escalating is what concerns me. I'm really surprised that it didn't get to the point where it physically injured somebody, especially because there were more than likely at this point, because it was 3 or 4 years old, 10 years later, we're talking prime time for poltergeist. Poltergeist prime time. Teenage girls. There's multiple teenage girls in this house, which maybe is why things escalated the way they did, because for whatever reason, teenage girls must give out a vibe. They give out something, all right. but it's just, maybe that's where the escalation came in.
Mm-hmm.
And then what really set it over the edge. Well, and two, the fact that people get names, it kind of surprises me. One, I wonder if the name is not real. It's not their real name, because they wouldn't hand over something that would give you power over them. So if they trick you and say, this is my name, but you're going to keep calling them that name and you're never going to get it right.
Like a Rumpelstiltskin type thing?
Yeah, like my name's Alan, but his name's really, Switzerland or something silly. So maybe I just, and it never said why or what, did it?
No, I think the family was just smart enough to get out of there before it got any angrier and sold the place.
So, and what happened to the makeshift Ouija board? Again, what happened? Maybe they folded it up, put it in the wall. No latex mask involved, though.
No, they'll find it with some silverware.
But that is bananas. Oh my gosh. Stick it to the wall with a fork.
Yes.
That just blows my mind. I mean, that is scary shit. Touche. I love how they're just like, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, out.
Yeah.
That was the best.
They didn't even want to hear what was happening at the house. They were like, oh, it's still going on? Bye.
I know you sent me another one, so you go ahead with your next one. And
so RJ's story was back in high school, we had a free period for band class, and we used to play with a Ouija board in the back room for fun. Sadly, I did stupid stuff like that when I was a teen, too. The drumline...
I've never touched one. I've never even been in the same room as one. Ever.
Really? When I was a kid, we used to play like as siblings, put our hands, but we'd push it ourselves. Like, we'd be like, we're behind you. He said the drum line was in the next room practicing, and we asked the Ouija board what it thought of the drumming. It spelt out, fuck the drummers. There was about 10 of us, 15 to 17-year-olds, with 4 people on the planchette, and we thought that was so hilarious. Haha.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What happened to the Ouija board? Nobody. Okay, we have 2 that actually told us what happened to the Ouija board. Actually, we don't really know what happened after the priest got it. And then the second one, supposedly, it goes into the river and then it shows up at the guy's door. But then what did he do with it? Where did it go? Where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? That's just, oh my goodness. I'm just like, that's a lot of kids. 4 people, man, in this thing?
Yeah, and you're saying, I feel like this might have been a push situation. If it happened, that's crazy, but if they just might have spelt it out themselves.
Yeah. But they all would have had to been on the same page, right? Or they were just, one person was leading the show and the others were just kind of there. Man, this is another long one. Man, you're giving me all the long ones.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
You're fine. All right, so sorry, I'm going to be reading this one off my phone. Dorm in North Georgia Tech, 1996. And this is from Timeline.
Okay.
In 1997, wait, we're already a year off. I'm confused. Anyway, I was going to school for photography. Wow, that's a fun word to say when you have an accent. At North Georgia Tech in Clarksville, Georgia. I've never been there. If you don't know where that is, look at them. Go north on 400 till it ends. Take a right and skip it completely and go to Helen, Georgia. These are my kind of directions. I lived in the dorms on campus. They were about as bare bones as you can get. No carpet, the walls were brick, no cable, and the only entertainment available outside was what you brought with you. Ugh. Was the nightly redneck fights in the hallway. This is great. Surprise, this is like my hometown. Surprisingly, that actually could get boring after a few days. I brought with me the most primo of entertainment equipment available to you on a budget in the late 90s. That's right, a TV and VCR from 1988 and a boombox from 1985.
Yes, those humongous boomboxes with a piece of cardboard so you could break dance if you needed to. If the feeling hits.
Yeah, MC Hammer. Oh my gosh, This is great. So that and my mini fridge that I spent 1.5 years completely frozen during the 2 years I was there ensured what could only be considered top quality dorm life. Sorry, I tend to get wordy. I'll skip to the point. The boombox was the most basic of boomboxes. It was a model everyone in the generation owned at one point or another, complete with 2 tape decks, AM/FM radio, and 2 attached speakers that didn't so much as make the boombox as much as it provided a light hang or light thump. There we go. One night after much fiddling with the knob, oh Lord have mercy, I managed to find an alternative station in a sea of static. Kids, if you don't know what alternative music was in the 90s, it was alternative to the boot, scoot, and boogie. If you don't know what the boot, scoot, boogie was, find an older man with the biggest belt buckle and ask him. Oh my gosh, you're fantastic. Timeline is the shiznit. All right. I sat down on my bed to read comics and listen to rich white kids with no real problems sing about their pain when suddenly I could hear the station change. Oh, hell no. It cycled through the static and garbled half-received stations and stopped on a gospel channel. I got up and saw the needle had moved to another setting, so I refound my station and made my way back to the bed to resume my scholarly research on the deep subject of Spider-Man. When after a while, the station started to change again and again, stopped Right before it mentioned Gospel Station. As a very Southern man who would not have a career in music if religious people could openly admit his music sucked without being banished from church, sang about joy, joy, joy down in their heart. Oh my gosh, I know this. We used to sing this in church camp all the time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I know. I went to church camp. It's real funny. Yeah. I looked to my old trusty radio confused. I once again dialed in the station, but this time I watched. After a while, the knob started to turn on its own. I reasoned with myself that the string attached to the pull system must be going bad and causing its malfunction. Yeah, okay. And as the thought crosses my mind, the dial passes the station. I chuckled to myself until the knob went back and corrected itself. The bad music created to torture our Lord continued. I cut off the boombox. Days later, it began cutting itself on. I'm assuming it was turning itself on. Often while I was in class, I would end up replacing it with a digital radio. The problems did not continue, though other dorm rooms on my floor would go on to experience strange things. Thanks, timeline. So, ghost station that apparently really likes gospel music. That is a holy ghost.
I hate the knob ones. I used to have a friend's house that we'd be sitting up there, like getting ready to go to bed, and it was one of those old-timey TVs where you had to like tune it a little bit, and the click wasn't like an easy click. It was like you'd hear it and you could feel it when you're clicking. And the stations would change, and we would just sit there watching it with our jaws open, like, and it would tune in, and this is what I'm picturing when he's saying this with the radio. That is
just like goes and goes and goes. And I don't think a pulling mechanism would do that, but I would like to point out that my house is old. I literally still have, it is built into my house. Into the wall is an old dial radio that still works with an intercom system.
That's awesome.
Play music and all the speakers from this old dial radio.
OG Bluetooth.
And you can talk back and forth. Yeah, it is.
I love that.
It is crazy. Now, I haven't used it a lot, but it would be interesting with all the stuff going on if I turned it on like AM to see what it would do. But the verbiage that this guy has makes me think that I belong in Georgia, because everything hits so true to what my life is here in Midwest. And it just made me laugh. And people like us, you know, us Southern folk, we do tend to get a little wordy, but it's okay. That's okay. The verbiage was good. You still got our attention. And that is creepy as hell. Because it's almost like it was trying to makeshift spirit box.
Trying to communicate.
What would have been really creepy is if every time it turned to that channel, it played the same song.
Yuck.
That would have been super creepy. These are some crazy stories, man.
I have one more story from
All right.
Hitchcock said, after I went to the movie Ouija, I came home and tried to use my remote from my TV, and 6666666 just started coming across the TV, stuck on its own.
What?
And it freaked me out so much, I unplugged the TV and rebuked Satan out of my house. That's it.
Oh, that's it? But it's still Ouija related. I think mine was the only one that wasn't really Ouija related, but it was still a badass story. Crazy encounter. But this one, I mean, that's why I don't watch movies like that. Like, The Conjuring, anything like that, I don't watch it. The closest one I got was that movie Smile. Oh, that movie was up.
You liked it?
There was that one, and there was one, it's on Netflix, it's called Talk to Me.
Mm-hmm. My kids made me watch that with them.
That was insane. Insane.
I try not to watch horror movies, but I always end up cracking and watching them because I'm so curious.
Well, there's a difference between, in my opinion, there's a difference between horror and those, because to me, I know that horror is fake. I still can't watch it because I'm a poonanner, but I know that it's fake.
So you're like me, the religious horror ones scare you.
Because I know that it's real. I know this stuff is real.
They petrify me. I just watched, what's that one? The most famous, like, religious one?
The Exorcist?
Yeah, I just watched that for the first time.
I've never seen it.
Because on the Film Joe podcast, they were covering it. So he had me watch it. But I watched it on my phone in, like, that little tiny block, middle of the day, curtains open. I had my cat sitting around me. I was like, nope. But if it's like a whatever horror movie, like I can watch Art the Clown at 3 a.m. It doesn't bother me. But it's the religious horror movies that do something to me. I'm so afraid of them.
I think it's because they are real. You pick up on things and you can feel things. And to me, that's why I have a hard time with those. Because even though they're actors and which is why I hate rom-coms, because whatever I'm watching, I could feel whatever it is that's in there. And I hate that feeling of rom-coms. I don't know why, but I hate it. I hate it just as much as horror films. Oh, I cannot stand that. I think it's because I don't know what to do with feelings. I'm not good with feelers.
Mm-hmm.
Considering somebody that feels everybody else's feelers, I don't know how to process that. So it just makes me feel really ungood. That, and it's like, come on, this shit never really happens. You know, it's just depressing. Being a single person, it's depressing. Because I'm like, where's my, Gerard Butler or whatever? Which anyway. But you can feel that. And I feel like because of that, whether it's in a movie or not, it's still the concept. It still has the ability. I mean, it's like The Ring. And it's almost like, even though like on the movie itself, the thing comes out of the TV. It has the ability to come out of the TV. And I feel like when you put that much thought and effort and energy into something that is based off that or has that genre attached to it, it almost brings it to life because all of that belief and everything is in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a supernatural tulpa or something.
Yeah, like you're hyping it up. I get what you're saying.
And no, thank you. The closest thing I've ever gotten to The Exorcist was Scary Movie 2, when they're singing in the beginning and they're like, shake your ass,
gosh.
watch yourself. And she comes down and like pees on the carpet.
I've seen all of those.
Yeah, that's the closest thing. Your mother sucks cock in hell. Like, I mean, that's as close as I get to that movie. And I don't think I will ever watch it.
It was from the 70s and it's still scary today.
And what I was told was when they were making the movie, they actually removed a scene from the movie because they were like, if we put this out there, people will lose their fucking mind.
Yeah, the crawling down the stairs or something, I think it was. Like she was like spider crawling or something. And I'm so glad I didn't see that.
And now there's a movie coming out, or there's a movie out that I guess you can call it my other half, kind of wants me to watch. So we're having a movie night and they want to watch Until Dawn.
I haven't heard of that one.
Oh, I have seen previews and I don't know how I'm going to handle it. Honestly, I don't know. I'm probably going to be under the covers and just not paying attention to the movie because I'm probably going to shit my pants.
Drink your vodka, fall asleep while he's watching the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Because the whole concept of this movie is they're in like this haunted house and they're trapped. And it's like, it's almost like every day replays itself. Anyway, so essentially this girl dies. She dies in different ways, the same person. So until she figures out who that person is, she just dies every single day until she figures out who it is. It's a really jacked up movie.
That's horrible.
It was actually pretty good, but Happy Death Day or something.
I haven't seen it.
Death Day. So anyway, but I think the concept of this movie is it's like they keep replaying it and they have to get out of the house, they have to survive until dawn. They have to survive in this house until dawn to get out. But like all these people, it's like it is. Watch the preview.
Okay, I will. I don't know if I'm going to watch the movie, but I'll watch the preview.
Oh, I know. I was like, you really want to watch that? Like, okay, it really looks like it is it is a good scary movie. If you like scary movies, this might be your jam. On one hand, I look at the thing and I'm like, man, this looks like it's an awesome, like the plot is great. Mm-hmm. The ideas are great. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it.
Well, give it a shot. And if not, the new Karate Kid's out.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to watch that one though.
What? With Ralph Macchio?
I just don't like the Karate Kid movies.
He was like my first crush. I had
Really?
Ralph Macchio all over my walls when I was a kid. I loved him.
I don't think I ever had posters on my wall.
I had posters all over, everywhere.
I had a balance beam in my room.
Okay.
And an obsession with fairies.
I had a lot of trolls, too. I had a whole troll shelf.
Yeah, me too. It was like anything fae related. So I was like, maybe I was a changeling and it would track. I covered the changeling and I was like, check, check, check. Holy shit, I'm a changeling. I was like,
I got to cover changelings. I only did the story of Bridget Cleary.
Yeah.
The one that it was like they murdered her because they thought that she was a changeling.
It's definitely a crazy concept.
Absolutely. But thank you so much, Natasha, for coming on and doing listener stories because they're more fun to do with other people.
Oh, I appreciate it. I always like being on the show, so much obliged. They were awesome stories.
Thank you, everybody, so much for sending these stories in. They were fantastic. Some were creepy, crazy, funny. You guys are awesome. Keep them coming. And
yeah, definitely.
If you want to check out Natasha, she's over at Cryptid Creeps and Conspiracy. I'll link her link tree below. Why does that sound weird? I'll link her link tree below.
I'll put her link in the description below.
Right.
Like that was a weird tone of voice that I did there.
The whole thing is weird.
Yeah. Please leave a message after the tone.
But yeah, thank you everybody so much for listening. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you for listening. If you need more content or just want to help support the podcast, head on over to patreon.com and search Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you need some snazzy merch, you can find it at crowdmade.com by searching Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you have a story you'd like to share, you can email it to ouchwasthataghost@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and all the other social media platforms under Ouch, Was That a Ghost?
Help me.
All links can also be found on ouchwasthataghost.com.